Alright, what is going on everyone? It's Super here and welcome to another Mortal Kombat X video. And today I'm going to be doing a video that's been requested by a lot of people who want to know about fighting game terminology, fighting game lingo, etc. So I have a couple of pretty much terms that are used in fighting games, and I'm going to explain to you guys what they mean so you get a better understanding of what the hell I'm saying during my online ranked matches. Before I explain anything, I want to show you guys what the button figurations look like for a lot of Mortal Kombat players as far as the lingo. So whenever you hear someone say 1, 2, 3, and 4, it pretty much means the attack buttons on each for each character. So for example, I'm on PS4 right now. Square is 1, which is just a jab. This is 1. Triangle is 2. That is the, let's just call them light punch and heavy punch. The light punch is 1, heavy punch is 2, light kick is 3, and heavy kick is 4. So that's what a lot of people, when they're talking about numbers, that's what they're referring to. So when I say, oh, I punished with 114, it means I punished with this string right here. So moving on here to NJP. A lot of people always ask me, what does NJP mean? NJP means neutral jump punch. You could also use NJK, neutral jump kick, meaning you jump straight up and you press one of the attack buttons. It's pretty much the same in all fighting games. You just jump straight up and press a punch button, or you jump straight up and press a kick button. Moving on here to plus and minus frames. So this is very important in fighting games if you want to be more in-depth and be a more knowledgeable player, because knowing when you are at plus frames and knowing when you are at minus frames is very, very important. And one of the best things about Mortal Kombat X is they actually provide you with frame data right there in the moves list. As you guys see right here, my standing light punch, my standing 1, it has 9 frames of startup, it has 2 frames of block advantage, and it has 11 frames of hit advantage. So meaning that if I hit you with my standing 1 when you're blocking, here, I'll put him to block, always. So if I hit you with my standing 1, since the frame data in the moves list says that I am +2, that means that I have 2 frames where I could move before my opponent can. That's why frame data is important, because you want to know when you could press a button, because if I hit you with a standing 1 and then I do a down 1, you're going to get checked, and my move is going to come out before yours, and you're going to get hit, and then I'm going to go on offense, because now I'll go over plus on hit. So let's just say I actually hit you with my down 1 after, let's just say, a frame trap, which frame trap is, again, doing moves that are plus on block, and then doing a move that is going to beat your opponent. So for example, if I do the 2-1, that's +2, and then I do a down 1, that makes my being +2 on block makes my 6 frame down 1 a 4 frame down 1. So that's pretty much like a frame trap. There's many different forms of frame traps. For example, I could do that, and then I could use Scorpion's back 1, which is a mid, and if it's fast enough and you press a button that is slower than my mid, that's going to be a frame trap, and Scorpion is going to be able to confirm that for a full combo. So frame trap is pretty much setting up your opponent with something that is plus on block. Being plus on hit means you can start your offense. So that's why knowing when to block and knowing when to poke and counter poke is very important, because if Sub-Zero, is poking me with a down 1 and then I hit him with a down 1 before he could do anything, that means that I'm going to be +11. As you guys see there, +11. It gives me access to, go for my back 1, which is 11 frames. That means that, it's pretty much guaranteed a back 1. If I hit you with that, you're guaranteed a back 1. So that's what being plus on hit means. And the beauty about MKX is they give you all the frame data right here, which is awesome. That's why I say all the time, if you want to really learn the game a lot, just take a look at the frame data, at least just for your character, so you can know what to do in what situation. And there are some moves, let's see, like this one, for example. Scorpion stand 2 is only +2 on hit. That's pretty much nothing. It doesn't like guarantee you anything. It doesn't you know, make it your turn to play offense. Your opponent can backdash. They can do anything. But if Scorpion hits you with his standing 3, which is +26 on hit, that means you have 26 frames in which you could move before your opponent can. So I could demonstrate what that is. I'll show you guys by switching over to Sub-Zero and then hitting myself with a stand 3, and I'll, you know, try to backdash or block or anything like that. So here we go. So I hit you with a standing 3. See, you're able to get a full jump before Sub-Zero could even move. You know, a full jump. You could walk up or you could dash up and get any mix-up before Sub-Zero could do anything, because you're +26 on hit, meaning you have 26 frames to do anything before your opponent can move. Of course, your opponent could block this whole time. You know, so if you go for something like that, you know, your opponent could definitely block. I can't backdash or anything, as you guys see, because you have 26 frames of advantage where you can move before your opponent can, and it's forward to, I think it's 15 frames. So of course you can't backdash, you can't jump out of it, but you could always block. That's when standing resets come into play. So if I'm Scorpion and I get you in the standing reset, something like this, and I do that, you know, that's pretty much leaves you to guess whether I'm gonna go overhead or I'm gonna go low, because I can't get out of it. As you guys see, I'm trying to jump out, and that's what like a Vortex is. Pretty much leaving your opponent at a standing reset in order to get another mix-up going. As you guys see, I'm trying to backdash and nothing. Can't backdash that because you are 2+ on hits. All right, so 50-50 time. 50-50 is pretty easy. You know, it's in every fighting game. It's more prevalent in Mortal Kombat X than in a lot of other fighting games, because as you guys see, it leads to full combos. It leads to full combos, and you know, with standing resets and vortexes in Mortal Kombat X, 50-50s are what the main game plan of a lot of characters are. For example, Ninjutsu Scorpion even has his 50-50 on top of a 50-50. So you have to guess either overhead or low, or is he going to cancel it into the low? So 50-50 pretty much, for you guys who might be newer to fighting games, means either a attack that hits overhead, which you can't block when you're crouching. So I'll put him crouch and block on. So as you guys see, he could block the mid, which is the first part of the sword, but he can't block the second part of the sword, which is overhead. So that's what an overhead is. You cannot block the overhead attack when you're crouching. And low is the same thing. You can block the low attack when you're stand blocking. Put on the stand. You can block the low if you're just standing up and blocking. So that's what a 50-50 is. You know, pretty much a overhead or a low. And in Mortal Kombat X, like I mentioned, there's a lot of combo starters. You know, you go back 3 into that, and of course the overhead launches you for Scorpion. I'm using Scorpion and Sub-Zero because they're, you know, two pretty basic characters that have a lot of good buttons and stuff like that. So that's what a 50-50 is. It's an overhead or low, either attack or combo starter that leads to damage. All right, moving on here to anti-airs. So a lot of people ask, what is an anti-air? Why do you keep saying anti-air? You know, missing your anti-air, which happens a lot in MKX because there's some jump-ins that are pretty good. So I'll explain what anti-air is right now. What I want to do here. Okay, so I'm going to have Sub-Zero jump in on me. By the way, jump-ins, for you guys who might not know, is just when your opponent jumps in on you with a attack. So jump 3 for Sub-Zero, that's a jump in right there. I put him to jump in on me. So what anti-air is pretty much stopping your opponent from jumping with one of your attacks. So Scorpion has a really good stand 3 jump in anti-air. You know, if you space it correctly, you're going to be able to beat Sub-Zero's jump 3 with your stand 3. So that's what anti-airing is, pretty much stopping your opponent from jumping with one of your own moves. That's why in some of my videos, I'm like, oh, why didn't my anti-air come out? You know, down 2s are good anti-airs as well, but as you guys see, if you don't like, if you're not on the ball with them, jump 3s in Mortal Kombat have a lot of priority. So if your reactions aren't on point, either that or maybe the connection is not the best online, these are going to get beat very, very often, especially with amazing jump-ins like Sub-Zero's jump 3 or his crossover 1. Down 2s are going to get stuffed, and if your opponent jumps in with one of his punches, he could actually get a full combo on you and pretty much shift the momentum of a match. So you want to find buttons on your character, which not every character has amazing anti-air like Scorpion stand 3. You want to find a button that is very consistent in anti-airing no matter what the situation is. Oh, one thing I completely forgot. This is good. One thing I forgot is whiff punishing. So let me explain to you guys what that is real quick. So when your opponent does something like a combo string like that, and you like space it correctly, you like walk back, and you punish it that way, that's called whiff punishing. Wow, that back 1-2 actually goes pretty far. Now I'm a block. So if you're like walking back and your opponent actually whiffs a move, you could actually punish it. And this is what you call whiff punishing. When your opponent does a move and it completely misses you because you're spacing it correctly, and you go in for a full combo punish. So that's what whiff punishing is. Alright, I think that was the last one. That was the last one that I had on my little notes that I wanted to make a video on. So whiff punishing. Here, another one. Another example here. Whoops. Like that, something like that. You know, Scorpion whiffs his overhead sword, and you punish it with a slide while he's recovering, because every move has recovery frames. Alright, so that is whiff punishing, and now we could end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I mentioned before, if you have any other questions, any other you know, terms that I use that you might want to know what they mean, make sure to leave it in the comments section. So that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. What's going on, guys? It's Super here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys subscribe or check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.